Hello, Casey from interwebkaiju here, and today I'm going to be talking about Pacific Rim: The Black. Forewarning, I'm not a huge fan of either of the movies, and honestly didn't even know this was released until a day afterwards. Basically, no one is talking about it. There's really no hype, but should there be? The story can't really be summarized quickly, but a brother-sister duo finds a Jaeger, which sounds bring a kaiju to their town that kills everyone, and then they go off to try to find their parents who left in a Jaeger years before. On their journey, they meet some friends, some enemies, and this boy who clearly has something weird going on with him. Like in the movie, the neon lights look cool. The Jaeger vs kaiju fights actually look pretty good, but the humans look odd both in the art and the animation. Art-wise, it's the basic look Polygon's been giving us for years, and I wouldn't be surprised if some were reused assets from other products. Animation-wise, even simple movements like walking and talking look weird. In the first few episodes, dialogue flow follows PS1, PS2 era animation cycles where almost every sentence is followed by at least a second of complete stillness. The physics also seem pretty off. You'd think the studio would have figured things as important as weight and contact reactions out by now, or at least better than they have. Thankfully, the show does attempt to give the characters personalities, and those personalities make the fights better. Episode 4 might be my favorite Jaeger fight of the franchise, and that's due to the characters. Sure, the final fight in the first movie had some cool set pieces, but I still stand by my statement. And I think from episode 4 on, I enjoyed the show primarily due to the personalities on display and how they interacted with one another. Though, some characters do seem pretty derivative of some from the movies. Not that anyone asked, but my favorite is May. The clunky dialogue I mentioned earlier is also gone by episode 4. Somehow the show changed the conversations to be fluid, but does bring up the question of why wasn't the other ones fixed after the fact. I'd say maybe Netflix wanted to make sure that the show came out now to get some of that Godzilla vs. Kong money, but they are barely marketing it. Wasn't even on the front page for me. I had to search just to watch it. By the 5th last minute save, you realize that someone or something is always going to save our primary protagonists. Though, there was at least one unexpected death, of course not preceded by a drawn out slow motion shot like all the saves. In the last fight, and maybe the others too, the buildings are never shown being destroyed, despite the entirety of the fight taking place in a city. Kaijus and Jaegers are almost always missing them, staying in what would surely have to be giant roads in between the buildings, or are destroyed off screen and then it just cuts to some rubble. Give me those city destruction scenes. The last episode also leaves plenty of questions unanswered and even introduces some new ones at the very end, so if no more episodes are ordered, this will all be just a slap in the face to viewers on account of the show planning too ambitiously. So many story and character arcs left unfinished. At most, the monster that destroyed the brother-sister duo's home was finally defeated, but that's really all that's cleared up. He's just a monster. He easily could have been replaced by any other kaiju in half the scenes and it wouldn't have mattered. The story between him and the brother-sister duo is the least of what I wanted to be resolved. I do enjoy seeing figures of the Pacific Rim kaiju just because there's not nearly as many products as say Godzilla or Ultra series, but the problem with the movie's kaijus are carried onto here. They just aren't that memorable. Even the designs get lost in my head due to how little they're on screen and their lack of personality. Even though May was my favorite character, strong purple-haired female in an animated show about mech kaiju hybrids and robots that mentally hurt their pilots does have major vibes at times. Pacific Rim: The Black was far from the best show, but I do like this more than the movies and would recommend giving it a try if you like at least one of the movies or you like mecha. If you do try it, I'd say at least give it to the end of the 4th episode, because it took until then for me to get really interested. Real fast, another recommendation for a mech anime is Tenchi Muyo War on Geminar. Most of the Tenchis do a good job doing harem and action together, and this one is school and mech as well, which is way better than it sounds, even without Tenchi being the protagonist. Thanks for watching.